There has been a lot of debate over pandemic productivity. While one half of the world has dived right away into cookery contests and online courses and creating content on Instagram, the other half has decided to lay low, breathe, and just deal with the crisis. We all have our own unique challenges. But I want to ask you a question. When you look back upon this crisis, do you want to see yourself being at the same place as you were when the crisis started? Or do you want to see yourself having moved forward, progressed, or grown as a person as well as a professional? The problem is we think of growth, or we think of moving forward, or we think of progress as these large, life-changing, earth-shattering decisions that we have to make, or steps that we have to take. But that's not actually true. Growth or progress or moving forward is actually a result of tiny, daily, sustainable changes that you make or habits that you create. And that's what it's really all about. And that's what keeps you positive. And that's what actually also makes you grow and move forward. In this video today, I'm going to share with you a few things that I did during this entire lockdown period that actually helped me stay more positive and motivated. And I realize now that these are tiny things that have actually helped me grow both as a person and as a professional. This is Dipika Singh and welcome to She Means Business. Before we go forward, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Oh, also, I do these really fun, interesting, and motivating one-hour workshops. If you'd like to organize one for your organization, for your employees, please reach out to me at info@shemeansbusiness.co. Number one, working on my online skills. Now, at the beginning of the year, I had developed this really nice motivational session for my corporate clients, and I managed to sell it to a lot of my existing clients, and I also brought in a lot of new clients for Women's Day for that particular session. Now, we started doing it in the beginning of March, and it was a huge success. But midway through, companies started unofficially shutting down and asking people to work from home. A lot of my workshops got cancelled, which was very disheartening. The minute the official lockdown was announced, we did do a couple of online sessions for that same motivational talk that I had. I very quickly realized that the skills required to do a good online session were very different from the skills required to be a good offline facilitator. Firstly, you can't see most of the people that you're talking to, and there is no collective energy of the room. So what do? Very quickly, I realized that I had to change my modus operandi. So what I did was I started going live on my social media channels every day on Instagram and Facebook. And that taught me how to speak to people with a lot of energy, people that I couldn't see. That really trained me a lot. So I was very happy with that. Also, it gave me something to look forward to every day. Every day at 5 o'clock, I would go live. It really helped me to look forward to during the initial days of the lockdown when it was actually quite tough. It gave me a reason to look forward, something to look forward to. Another happy byproduct was that I developed a lot of new and engaged followers on these social media channels, and I'm really grateful for that. And I also became more consistent on my Instagram and Facebook. So again, really happy for that. So that's the first thing I did, going live so that I could up my, online speaking skills. 2. Exploring new channels of self-improvement. I discovered podcasts. I'd heard about podcasts before the lockdown, but I wasn't really on the bandwagon. I'd never really heard a podcast before. But I think with more time on my hands and spending more time cooking in the kitchen and home workouts, I started actually listening to podcasts. Also, I think I was just craving, new channels of learning and new channels of content, I would say, because how much Netflix and how much the same things. I was just craving new, interesting forms of content, and that's how I discovered podcasts. And I am so hooked. Even now with Unlock, in the morning when I go out for a run or a walk, I make sure that I have an episode downloaded, on my phone, and I can listen to it. I'm really hooked to podcasts. I've discovered great new perspectives, great new voices that I really like to listen to. And it has really helped me. So I think that has been the second thing that has really helped, discovering a new form of content or a new form of learning, and now I'm completely hooked. try podcasts. They're really, really good. In fact, very soon I'm planning to start doing a podcast recommendation episode as well. Stay tuned for that. 3. The third thing I did was to completely think out of the box. Now, I'm a trainer, and I train on life skills and I do motivational speaking. And while I do very quick, interesting, fun, bite sized learning modules, at the same time, training is, a serious subject, right? But what happened during the lockdown was that I just felt like doing something new. And on the day that Reels was launched, Instagram launched Reels, on that day I woke up and I just impulsively made a video on body language while giving presentations. It was a short 15-second video with music. I put it up on Instagram. It did really well. Then I modified the video for my other channels as well. I put it up on LinkedIn. I put it up on YouTube. That video really blew up. And then I thought to myself, why do I have to think of, self-improvement, professional development, personal growth as these boring, preachy topics? Why does my content have to be the same as what self-improvement content always has been? Why can I not look at self-improvement content with a completely fresh lens and a completely fresh perspective? That's what I did. I decided to just experiment and I made a series of those videos. They are all less than 1 minute. You can go and check them out on my playlist. It's called She Means Business Shorts on the channel. And I completely enjoyed myself, and also the videos did very well. They were short, they were fun, and yet each of them had one little learning message on them, and they really did so well. So I think thinking out of the box and allowing this whole lockdown period to not bog you down, but be able to think very differently and try different new things, I think that has been a huge positive. My entire, the last 3 months have gone by in making these short videos and seeing how they're doing in every social media channels. And that has kept me so positive and so motivated throughout. So I think that has been really, really wonderful. It's really worked well for me. 4. Deciding not to fight the new normal. I'm an extrovert. So I'm used to going out, meeting people. That's what I thrive on. And suddenly I'm home. I don't have help. I have to do, with my husband, of course, all the cooking, cleaning, drudgery, what I call. I can't help it bit as far as life is concerned. But I thought, there was no escaping this. I mean, one can either complain and one can either feel demotivated about it, or one can actually just have fun with it. And I'm also very competitive. So when the whole cooking photographs started appearing on various WhatsApp groups and on Instagram, I had to jump right in and show people I was good, if not better. So I started cooking. I always used to be a good cook. I had given up. I started cooking. I started posting pictures. I had a lot of fun. I also, my husband and I also realized that we didn't want to nitpick and be these, cleanliness nitpickers. So we developed schedules where we were both very reasonably clean with the house. We would do the housework also, but we were not eating each other up in terms of ye nahi kiya, wo nahi kiya, you didn't do this, because in the larger scheme of things, does it really matter? So we decided to just simply accept the new normal. 5. Sticking to a routine. And for this I must thank my husband, who would get up at 6:30 in the morning, and within half an hour he would hit what I now call my home gym. He has to exercise, and honestly you feel like a lump of lard where one person in the house is busy and working out early in the morning, and you're like lounging around in bed. So I would wake up too, and I would join him very half-heartedly initially, but then I started enjoying it. We ensured that we followed a routine, because routine propels you forward. You don't have to think what to do next, what comes next. If you have a routine, then you feel more motivated and you feel more charged because you know what comes next. So food or lunch is going to happen at a certain time. We'll sit down to work after taking our baths, changing our clothes, getting into some kind of, I won't say tie and high heels, but at least semi-formals. That was again a part of a routine. We started, we would ensure that we would dress in at least some sort of semi-formals, because to me it's a psychological thing. I feel that I'm working, and I feel I'm working better if I've shifted myself from what I call my home environment to my work environment. So having a routine throughout the day really, really helped. And this is something that I keep telling people, that even now with unlock, a lot of us is still home. If you're working from home or if you're intermittently stepping out, continue to follow a routine. It will really help to make you stay motivated, positive, because a routine propels you forward. You don't have to think. Sleep at the right time, get up at the right time, eat at the right time, sit down to work at a certain time. Follow a routine. And last but not the least, schedule treats for yourself. There are no, movies to go to anymore. You can't really go round and round in a mall and shop to your heart's content. You can't go out for drinks over the weekend. So, but you have to do something that helps you break the monotony of, one day flowing into another. So what do? You have to schedule treats for yourself. Maybe an early morning run, or an evening, walk, or an excellent grocery run that you go for, or a long drive you want to take, or ice cream sundaes that you have to make. So schedule treats for yourself that will help you to look forward to external stimuli of happiness, as I call it, because the ones that we had up till now are no longer there, right? So schedule treats for yourself. It will really help to break the monotony. While I'm not saying everything has been rosy and sunshine during this entire lockdown period, there have been lows as well. But I've realized now that happiness, we used to depend upon a lot of external stimuli for happiness. And I think we've just had to dig deep and look inwards for positivity and happiness. And if you've managed to do that, if you've managed to, discover a hobby or do something new with your life, or if nothing else, just rediscover your cooking skills, whatever it is. If you've done all of that, you've managed to move forward slightly. And you will look back upon this period as a period where you weren't stagnant, but you've actually grown in some form of the other, personally or professionally. I hope you've done that. These are things that have really helped me, and I wanted to make a video about that. You can try some of these and see whether they help you or not. I have a feeling this is not just during the pandemic, but I'm going to continue with all of these after the pandemic as well. I hope it ends really soon. This is Dipika saying from She Means Business. Till next time, stay safe and stay happy and stay focused and stay tuned.